Common Core is something that's going to be really integral into what I teach my students. I'm going to use Common Core for the simple fact that it's something that will make the material that I teach my students easier to relate to. It will make it easier to relate to because you can understand how advances in science got us to certain parts in history and how advancements in the laws of mathematics have got us to the point where we are in history. So that's the awesome thing about Common Cores. It shows you how everything ties in together, and the cool thing about history is Common Core affects history the most and can be most effective in history because it's way easy to show your students how something in English has changed history or how something in science has made history where it is today. And so that's the way that I personally plan on implementing Common Core into my lesson planning. My classroom will be used in no way other than to influence the community of the school in a positive nature. I want my classroom to be one of those classrooms where, kids, they come in and hang out and they want to eat their lunch in there. I want to be the classroom where kids come, they know they have a problem, and they can come and talk to me about it, even if they're not my students. So that's what kind of teacher and classroom that I want to create for the school and its environment. Um, I had a teacher like that when I was in high school. I never had her as an actual teacher, but her classroom was somewhere where we could go, eat lunch, talk to her about what we had going on. She would give us great advice, as what we should do in school. And she also gave us the teacher's aspect of why they do the things that they do. And that's what kind of classroom that I want to model my classroom after. And it would just be a great way to influence the environment of the community of the school in a great way and help kids strive to get what they want and know that they always have somewhere where they can go when they're feeling a little uneasy about anything. Having what we like to call a problem child is something that I look forward to having in my classroom. Now, first things first, I prefer never to refer to a child as a problem child, no matter how many issues they are causing for me to teach the students or for the students to gain the information that I'm learning. They're simply someone who just needs a little bit more attention. Normally, a child acts out for the simple fact that they're not getting the attention at home, something's going on in school, or and especially with children nowadays, they're under a lot of pressure to succeed and go to college, and some students don't know how to handle this, so they just turn to acting out. The way I would handle the situation is I would ask that student to come talk with me after class, and I would address them in a manner that doesn't put them on Front Street in front of the class, because we all know as soon as you call them out in front of all their friends, they get super defensive and then you guys end up getting nowhere. So I would prefer to talk to that student one on one, try to understand where they're coming from and understand, why are you acting out in class? Why do you think acting like this way is okay, and why don't you understand that? While you're in class, you must listen to me, and when we're in class, that what I say goes, because this is an environment where you're supposed to learn. And then from there, I can establish a relationship with that child, get them to trust me, and get them to open up to me, and that way I can reach them, and solve the problem. So that way, not only are they not acting up in my class, they're not acting up at home, they're not disrupting other teachers' classes, and ultimately helping that child mature, because that's what, as teachers, that's what we want to do, especially as high school teachers. We want to get these kids to mature as fast as they can, because that we know after that senior year of high school, that next year is going to be one of the most hectic years of their life. For most children, it would be their first time on their own, handling bills on their own, having to go to class with no one hounding them, waking them up in the morning. So, as far as problem children go, like I said, I don't think we have any, but if I did have a disruptive student, that's how I would handle them in my classroom.